Groovin High, written by Dizzy Gillespie, is one of the most played bebop standard tunes. We'll look at some improvising things to do on it here. Here's a PDF file that goes with this video. To get it, go to www.petemartin.info, click Videos, and scroll down to the Barry Harris for Jazz Mandolin. It really helps my channel if you click like, so please do so that more folks can find these videos. I really appreciate it. Groovin High starts out with two measures of E-flat major 7. Let's start a half step below E-flat into a 4-note ascending chord triplet, then into a descending E-flat major scale with extra half steps between 7 and 6 and 6 and 5. Then what Barry calls 4 and 3. See this in example 1. 3, 4, 1. Three, four, one. Measures 3 and 4 are one measure of A minor 7 and one measure of D7. Barry thinks of this all as D7, so we'll use the D dominant 7 scale for these two measures. Start on the note F sharp and ascend a triad. Then up the scale 2 notes to E where we descend in thirds. In the second measure, we descend the important arpeggio of the 7 of the dominant, which is the C major. Down to A, jump up to F sharp, descend the scale to D. The last two notes, E and D, surround E flat, which is the first note of the next measure we will see soon. See this in example 2. Now we again encounter two measures of E-flat major 7. We start on 2 notes of the E-flat major 7 chord, the root and the fifth, the notes E-flat and B-flat. After some rests, we move into a common bop line I hear on major 7 chords, 7, 1, 2, 7, 1. The last two notes will lead into a B-flat note at the beginning of the next example. See this in example 3. 3, 4. Next we have one measure of G minor 7 followed by one measure of C7. Barry thinks of all of this as C7, so we will use the C dominant scale for this. Starting on B flat, we ascend a chord to A, then into Barry's 5, 4, 3, 2 phrases with a D flat, the flat 9 instead of the D note. It is a very common bebop phrase on a dominant chord. We then descend a C7 scale to place the note A at the beginning of the next measure. See this in example 4. 3, 4. If you find this video useful, I ask that you consider supporting this channel and my website through my Patreon page, www.patreon.com/PeteMartin. For the very low price of $3 per month, you allow me to keep adding content on my YouTube channel and website. I also teach online lessons if anyone is interested. Thank you. The next two measures are F7. So we'll use the F dominant scale. We play 2 notes of the F7 chord, the notes A and E flat. And starting on G, we descend the F dominant scale with 2 extra half steps, jump up to G, then continue descending on the scale. See this in example 5. 3, 4. We now have one measure of F minor 7 and one measure of B flat 7. Barry thinks of all this as B flat 7 and uses the B flat dominant scale. Starting on A flat, ascend a chord, then down a note in the scale to F and ascend another chord. Ascend the scale from C with an extra half step, then G and B flat. From here down a whole tone scale to E. See this in example 6. 3, 4. Next we have one measure of G minor 7, for which Barry thinks C7. One measure of F sharp minor 7, for which Barry thinks B7. With a syncopated rhythm, we descend 3 notes of the C7 scale, F to D, then play B flat and G sharp to surround the A note at the beginning of the second measure. Jump up to C sharp and descend the B dominant scale with one extra half step down to E flat. See this in example 7. 3, 4. We now have one measure of F minor 7 and one measure of B flat 7. As seen earlier in example 6, Barry thinks of all this as B flat 7. Play an ascending triad from D followed by an ascending triad from C. Then descend the B flat dominant scale with one extra half step between 3 and 2. The C and B flat notes surround a B note. Here I am thinking a tritone sub of E7 for B flat 7, one of the related dominants of B flat 7. We ascend a B7 scale triad and surround the first note of the next measure, G natural, with an F sharp and A flat. See this in example 8. 3, 4. Three, 4, 1. Three, 4. Today we covered the first half of Groovin High. The second half has a lot of repetition. Your assignment is to learn this and then find something to play on the rest of the tune. Be sure to subscribe, click the bell icon to be notified of new videos, click like, and check out my website and Patreon page. I'm Pete Martin. Thanks for watching.